What's up gamers, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the newest 5-star agent, Hugo Vlad, and whether he's worth your pull. Certainly was worth mine, for no particular reason. Anyways, I'm now a Hugo main. He also works with my second favorite character, Lighter, so there's that. Here's his stats, maxed out for quite a few things. Weapon, I have him on Mercado Desire, 2-piece. Not really his like ideal setup. You'd really want 4-piece Hormone Punk, but I have better stats with my 2 pieces, and he still, you know, shits on everything, so it's not a problem. We're going to do a bit of free training real quick, just so I can talk a little bit about how he works. And then I'm going to be going into Shiyu defense, as well as deadly assault. And we're going to be taking care of things there as well. Alright, so the main way he works, you want to stun the enemy. He typically wants 2 stunners on his team. Hence, we have Lycon and Lighter. So you typically want to do your stunner stuff. Well, not get just beat on. Set up their buffs. Do what you gotta do. Burst the enemy open. Bam. You're going to chain attack into him. Cancel the chain attack. And from here, the enemy is stunned. You can either ultimate. And you'll trigger that totalize. It'll remove the stun. I'll demonstrate that in just a moment. Or you can use his EX special in place of his ultimate. I'm just gonna... Now, when using Lighter, you kind of want to chain attack into him just so he can increase his stun window. And bam, as you can see, does a bunch of damage, resets their stun, and does up to 25 days. That way you can, you know, get back into stunning them sooner. And so his entire game plan is essentially you know, if you're using Ching-Yi, Trigger, whatever you're using, he really does like Lighter and Lycon. So if you do have Lighter and Lycon available, that's going to help out a lot. And you pop the enemy open, get your buff set up, make sure everything's ready, and then use your ultimate or EX special on the stunned enemy to delete them. And if it doesn't outright delete them, then as you saw, it'll accumulate that 25% days up to, it depends on how much time was left on the enemy stun bar when Hugo does it. So if we actually wait, we'll wait, let that go down, and then we do it. It does less damage, and he only has 15 days going into it. So you do want to make sure that you are triggering your totalize on the enemy ASAP. That's why canceling the chain attack is always just a reliable way to do it, since you'll never be able to miss your window. In addition, when you look at his core passive, when you chain attack into an enemy, he gets a crit rate and crit damage increase. So naturally, you're going to want to chain into Hugo before canceling the chain attack. Making sure, you know, of course, that you trigger his chain attack. He has some synergy with Astra in that regard. But for today's showcase, I'm mainly just going to be focusing on his Lycon Lighter team. So we'll start off with Shiyu defense. We're just going to swap sides just to have an easier time with this enemy. But I have cleared on the other side. And as you can see, perfect environment for Hugo Ice weakness, you know, so we don't have to worry about that. And I'm actually going to swap this one out for this little Mockingbird. Boo. Alright. I'm not opposed to working with you. And so we're just going to start off trying to group these enemies up. Burst them open. We don't have to worry too much about our buffs since, you know, they're low level. They'll just die. And then go into this guy. You're going to want to parry when you have the, the opportunity. Just since, it accumulates extra days. Stunning the enemy is your top priority when working with Hugo, so. Missed that. And then we're just going to go into this. Chain into Hugo. Our buffs are up. Totalize. I messed up there. You can usually, I didn't even get into actually his basic attacks. You're not really going to use them. You don't necessarily need them. But you can hold his basic attack and do charge shots like that. Just gonna eat those, break them open. I don't think Lycon's res shred is down, but we'll do that in the next one. Hold and then hold. Miss the parry there. There we go. And now we're good on that. And bam, back into Hugo. And there we go. 1.3 million totalize. Just Hugo's damage, not only is it very burst focused, so that has a lot of, it has upsides and downsides, in that being burst focused, like you saw, sometimes you have to expend energy to clear out those like little enemies or whatever. And if you don't have enough energy, he doesn't normally have energy problems, but that could potentially be an issue. Things like overkill. He does seem to have some sort of like weird timing in AoE depending on the stunner you're using. Maybe if you're using someone like Yi in AoE, you'd be, you'd do better. But depending on how the enemies are grouped, it could be a bit of an issue. But mainly the best thing about Hugo, in my opinion, is that his damage is mainly dependent on how fast you can stun the enemy. Again, he won't often run into energy issues. It has happened a few times where the enemy was stunned and I just had like, not enough energy. That kind of does blow, especially if you don't have your ultimate. It's not too much you can do, but try to basic attack and get it back. But for the most part, the faster you pop the enemy, the faster he gets to trigger his totalize. As long as your buffs are set up, his damage is very consistent. And yeah, he just deletes things. He's great against single bosses, since again, you only have one enemy to focus on stunning. I did find that fighting like the twin marionettes or like enemies where, if you kill one and then not the other, they'll like start reviving or whatever. That can be an issue because again, if one, with enemies that especially like teleport around a lot, like actually on the second floor of this, we'll actually demonstrate. This is kind of like a weakness for him. We'll just go ahead and get a good walk there. All these clusters of enemies, especially with a team like this, but just a bit of careful placement and you might do fine. I did miss one over there, but yeah. Got rid of most of them. We'll get our buffs up. It won't take long to stun this guy though. And we do have some energy. Oh, he just died. Even better. So yeah, this is like an unideal situation. Everything's moving. Can't really touch anything. One over there is like not stunned at all. And this one's basically, yeah, stunned already. I didn't even do that. So we're just gonna have to chain into lighter real quick. We might as well finish it. Ooh, wasting time here. See, yeah, that's a problem. But we still got pretty good damage. Try to stay alive. Yeah, let's try to attack this one maybe. He moves around quite a bit. While they're slightly grouped up, maybe I can hit them both. Lovely. Hold on. Let me cook. Let me cook.
This one's a real crowd, please.
Oh, that's beautiful. Hold on. Cancel it. We'll go to the alt. Yeet. Absolutely beautiful. We're gonna work on this one or not. We're just gonna wait. Okay, great. Loser. Which one was it? Hurry up. Oh god, this is terrible. Okay, hold on. We're just gonna have to attack whoever at this point. Dodge that, please.
Incoming crush. A miraculous moment.
Okay.
We're just getting started.
I think that hit him in the back too. Oh my god, perfect. Hold on, we're actually getting kind of lucky here. I don't deserve this. Please freeze him now. Absolutely not. Come on. They're kind of grouped up too. They just had to. He can eat those. It's nothing. Bam. This was not the example I came to set. Nothing I complained about applied to that match. I don't know what that god tier AI grouping was, but like, there's that. He clears both sides. Yeah, but if you can't stun both enemies at the same time and you're dealing with things that revive themselves, it can be an issue very quickly. We're gonna take a nice walk on over to Deadly Assault. And yeah, already cleared on this one. I do like this one. This is the one with the causing impaired. Oh, perfect assist. Yeah, this one's actually really fun. Let's not forget. Alright, let's get in there. Now this one, you're just gonna dodge a lot at first. This isn't a Deadly Assault guy, but yeah, do better at dodging than I am. Wait for the rockets. Parry. Parry. Wait for it. Parry. All that days accumulated. It's almost like too perfect of a stage for Hugo. Punches lights out.
I shall balance the scales of the night.
Into the total eyes. 1.5 million. Dodge. Do better at dodging than I am. Alright, cool. Wait for the jump back. He's gonna fire rockets. You get ready for the parry. Jump back, rockets, parry. 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 Bam. Into lighter. Into Hugo. Buffs her up. Give me that. Almost 2 million. Into the alt. And of course, if we can stun him early, I mean, that also works too.
We're just getting started.
Bam.
The end is nigh. Gotcha now.
And then, yep, back to business. Wait for it. Parry. Crap, almost missed it. Parry. Parry. Into lighter. I think Lycon's buff should be up. We'll find out. Not really, I guess. But it's fine. We do have time. Dodge that. Parry. 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 And yeah, all those parries help pop, the boss open, so It does nothing but benefit him.
Prepare to kneel before me.
Give me that. Where was my damage at? Question mark. Well, we should have time to pop him one more time. We should be good here. Alright. We'll E to our burst. Lycon E, make sure his buffs are up. Well, the red shred is down at least. Insulator, get the stun extension, back into Hugo, and we E 20k. And yeah, we can lollygag now, but we could probably pop him one more time. Depending on if he starts jumping around like a fool. Yup, there he goes. Give me that. That. Hugo, quickly. Almost. We did get the kind of cool finisher. But yeah. Shiyu defense, both sides, deadly assault. I mean, this is only one side, but it is one side where you can get your 3 stars pretty easily, at least. This is a boss that plays into his, win condition. Hugo, honestly, he's really fun. I like the way his team plays differently than any other team in the game. Mainly in that, okay, other characters benefit from stun windows, especially a character like Juyuan. Well, Juyuan. I think I apologize if I said that wrong. But well, first of all, we'll walk around. But Juyuan, she benefits from stunning the enemy. She does more damage when the enemy is stunned. You want to bring a stunner. That makes sense. But I feel like it's a bit different in that Hugo benefits directly from the enemies being stunned and being stunned quickly. Whereas with other teams, they have their specific windows of time. Like, if she doesn't have her shotgun shells up, Jiwan, for example, you don't have your burst, you don't have any energy. The enemy is stunned, sure, but you're not going to really be able to do any damage. And sure, you can say the same thing for Hugo with his energy and his ultimate, but considering that he doesn't really play on the field, he just gets to generate all that off-field energy from all your other enemies, well, I mean, teammates, stunners, fighting on field. So by the time you do swap to him, you should usually have energy to, to do his EX special attack, or, triggering the chain attack, which generates decibels, might give you your ultimate, and you can trigger totalize that way. And yeah, stunning the enemies specifically has benefited me immensely. If you look at my account, you might notice a staggering lack of a specific element. It's electric. I don't have Yanagi, Chingy, Sambi, or Trigger. I have a Seth, who's a good boy. But, yeah. Then there's Harumasa. I even have his M1. I got it accidentally. He's still Harumasa. And then, yeah, Arena, Ambi, literally an M3 Grace. I am disgusted. She still isn't helping out too much with electric weakness stuff. At least specifically when it comes to this abomination. This disgusting thing where you have to apply electric anomaly or stun it. If you look at my account, I started mainly when Jane came out. So I started during the anomaly craze, and I've mainly invested into anomaly units. And so stunners, while I had lighter, I have a soldier team, I have soldier's weapon. My soldier cleans up, honestly. Don't sleep on soldiers. She's still really good. I just wasn't able to bring an anomaly and a stun agent, especially since I skipped trigger. Long story short, since Hugo's main objective is to stun the enemy as fast as possible, and you're bringing 2 stunners, even though that thing puts up its shield, one, you're not losing any downtime since Hugo doesn't want to do any damage when the enemy is stunned to begin with, well, when they're not stunned. And 2, you stun him and it forces him out of his state and you get to do your damage all over again. So he's honestly like a perfect bypass for that specific account weakness I had. So if you're someone in a similar boat, honestly, Hugo could genuinely be a good pickup for you in the meantime while you scramble around for electric options. And I am tasting a Yanagi rerun. I don't know why, but I know it soon. I'm gonna see what I can do. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, honestly, he's really fun. He's really strong. As far as his build, I'd honestly say he's pretty, honestly, I don't want to say easy to build because I do have some pretty good pieces. But Mercado Desire is free. EX special attack, he gets extra attack. Attribute anomaly, you know. But it could be possible. But he's always going to do his chain attack or an EX special attack. So he'll be able to get that attack bonus. He benefits from the crit rate, of course. Here are his stats, at least on my pieces. I do have some pretty decent pieces, somewhat decent, but honestly not even perfect. I highly do recommend Hugo if you're looking to pick up a strong, you know, burst nuker for your account if you don't have the ice niche covered. But yeah, long story short, I definitely enjoy Hugo. I think he looks amazing. And definitely worth your pull. Very strong character, very fun playstyle, fun teammates, fun team condition, solid character overall. Do be aware and be wary of 2.0 coming out, the new Rapture units. There's going to be, you know, of course, the new meta that we're going into. So if you're looking for what is possibly the strongest meta pull you can make for your account, it might not be Hugo. It possibly might be to wait and see, you know, what's coming on the horizon in the new version. But if you're someone who's, you know, you have a strong account already, you're looking to have some fun, on the fence about Hugo, you know, whatever the case may be, he is a strong character. So there's that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that. And I'll see you in the next video. Sooner I will actually upload this time.